We're going to debut our custom setup race tonight at Martinsville. That's going to change things up a lot. And I'm here tonight with my colleague Dirt. What do you got to say about tonight, bud?
It's going to be interesting. I think a lot of these guys running the Xfinity series aren't quite used to custom setups. Obviously, we've been running custom setups in the Cup League for a while now, but some of these guys are Xfinity exclusives. That's the one series they run. And interestingly, we're going to Martinsville tonight, which is one of the toughest tracks I think they could have chosen to debut these custom setups because it is a track that you really have to drive. And, the way these setups get these cars, they're going to be real loose on exit, but that's how it has to be. Loose is fast at tracks like this. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. You got some drivers that are better at the presets. You got drivers that are better at the custom setups. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's going to be different tonight. You're going to see who really enjoys the custom setups, and you got to put a lot of time into them too as well. You got to practice with them and see what you like because it's pretty much your preference how fast you want to be. And I think you're going to see a lot of different people up front tonight. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction for tonight.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a bit of a revolving door as people figure out not only the custom setups, but the pit road adjustments that they can make on top of those setups. So it's going to be pretty fascinating there. And another thing I think is there are a few drivers I know for a fact that I think have put more time into practicing for this race than they normally put in practicing, just because they want to be prepared for this custom setup. So I think that extra practice in general is going to do them some good.
Yeah, I think so. It's all about repetition for this stuff. You got to keep keep practicing the track you're running, and that's how you get fast at it. But especially with these custom setups, figuring out how you want it. Running these races at like the length that you're going to run the race at tonight, and seeing how your car is going to work into. And I think it's going to change a lot of things because I think how long has it been since we've done an Xfinity custom setup on this league? I don't really know.
I'm not sure if the Xfinity League has ever been custom set up. Honestly, if it was, it was well before my time in the league. So it's going to be a shakeup. And another thing about Martinsville too is the way you drive this track. You have to get on the brakes so hard, and it abuses the tires. And these custom setups, the way they're set up, usually they got these tires super soft, and it kind of speeds up the tire wear in favor of getting faster lap times. So you combine those two factors, and you're going to see a ton of slipping and sliding as these tires degrade.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely, it's gonna work into a lot of people's advantage. Their setups. I think it's just going to be the long run setup that's going to take the cake on this one. But you never know though, because we have quite a few drivers in the Xfinity Series tonight. It could be one of those races. Can't even talk. Every other lap there could be a crash. So you never know. It's a real tight track, and people say it's short track racing, baby.
In the words of Joey Logano, that's just short track racing. But it is, man. It's I don't know. Do you think we're going to see any bump and runs? You think because this league is pretty clean in my opinion. You don't really see too many bump and runs.
Yeah, it could. Give me one second.
I think if it comes down to the last lap to get things going, and it's between a driver and a win, you might see a bump and run. Who knows? You're not going to see anything egregiously dirty, I don't think. Hopefully. But
yeah, it could be. We're just waiting to get the go-ahead for tonight. Need to get the invite.
Yep. I do find it interesting. You said the long run setup would be your pick if you're running this race. I think honestly, I would go with the short run setup.
Really?
Yeah, I think this race is going to have some cautions. Not because of the drivers, but simply because the strict cautions in this game can be really strict. And I know for a fact that Martinsville is one of those tracks where a driver grazes the wall and the game throws out the yellow.
Yeah.
So, if I had to make a prediction, I think there's going to be 5 cautions in this race, and if that's the case, short run setup all the way.
Yeah, you could be right. It's not knocking anybody in this league or anything. Everybody drives very clean and stuff like that, but you never know. It could be I don't know. We'll see tonight. It's going to be an interesting one with the custom setups. It just throws a huge bone into it for sure.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to pull up our telemetry and data here so I can get a better idea what's going on with our lap count and our qualifying times and such.
Cool. Like I said, we're just waiting to get the invite to go.
Let's see. Alright, so it looks like they will be doing a pace lap to begin the race, get everybody lined up where they need to be. That's good for us as broadcasters, because we shouldn't miss anything.
Yeah, for sure.
That's actually how we used to do it back in Challenger. It was kind of silly looking back, but we had a mandatory pace lap just so the broadcasters could get in, and we were always like super frustrated with 704 for not having slightly better spectator tools.
Oh yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, the next season coming upon us with Heat 5, hopefully that they have something a little bit in store for that. You never know. I mean, it'd be real nice.
Yeah, it really would. I mean, that's if I was, if I was in the offices of 704 and they asked like what needs improved, that would be one of the first things I mentioned, because we're not the only league out here doing these broadcasts. There's a lot of leagues out here, trying to show off their racing and make something out of themselves. And I think the more people that are focused on the NASCAR video game, the better it is for the sport as a whole. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've seen it into play. Yeah, you've seen it into play with the whole iRacing thing too. I mean, I forget what they said about it, but when they first started doing the iRacing, that was that was almost a record-breaking. What do you call it? Record-breaking viewing for NASCAR. So I mean, the whole video game thing is definitely a positive for the sport for sure. It's not hurting it any,
Absolutely.
But I think we're good to go.
We're getting close to going green. I'm looking at the timer. Yep, just a few short moments and we will be loading into the race session.
I think we got the okay to go here. Alright, you're about to go green here, I think. And join in.
So we got 125 laps of Fury tonight. The stages are split up into 34, 36, and 56. Fuel run is apparently going to be around 64 laps, so unless something catastrophic happens, I don't think you're going to see any green flag pit sequences. Fuel mileage is usually a little bit better here at these short tracks, but looks like they are pacing around, getting everything sorted out.
Seems to be that way.
Crusader. Let's see, is Crusader on the pole? He might be.
Crusader the accelerator? I don't know. Maybe that.
Nope. That's good. Looks like Just Ken's gonna pull up ahead of him. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Just Ken. He's always up front.
Yeah. It's got a cool name too,
Oh yeah. I don't know why you would have that opinion.
Yeah. Can relate to having a Ken as a name is a cool name for sure.
Oh man, I always like that paint scheme, that 08. Reminds me a lot more like the older Busch Series schemes you used to see.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, you definitely know where the car's at for sure.
Oh yeah, you know it's him in the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, that's when he's behind you. That don't last long before he gets up ahead.
I was going to say, that's not very long usually anyway, so.
Alright, I think we're going green this time by. It's going to be the one car in the 08 leading to the line. Nope. Looks like another pace lap, so just taking some time to get things sorted out. It happens.
Get situated.
98 of Pendle. On row 2 there. Bottle's making up the outside of row 2. That's a strong first 2 rows right there.
Oh yeah.
JD Adkins lurking back there in row 3A. A lot of good cars up front. I think there's going to be some fun racing if we can get it started. And we are green. Looks like the 08 has stepped on the accelerator. We're going to send him into turn 1. The 08's going to get clear on the inside, so he's safely into the lead, and Pendle's going to follow him right up into second. One car losing a few spots there, but here comes Crusader on the bottom, and if he can stick to the bottom, that's going to be good for him.
Little contact there with Kate's Addy in there into the turn.
Looks like they gathered it up, but yeah, that could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah. Looks like Puddles goes high up there.
That's one thing about Martinsville, man. You do not want to get stuck on the high side, but it's so easy to overdrive the entry and just slide up that half a lane, and then there's somebody beneath you, and you got no choice.
Oh yeah, definitely easy to overdrive.
A rare mistake from Pendle right there. Looks like he got a little tight out of the corner, got into the wall a little bit, and the one car is going to go ahead and take advantage of that and move up to second as Just Ken extends his lead.
Yeah, sitting back here watching, riding along with JD, watching all these battles go on. This is really fun to watch, going back and forth. That's why I like short track racing so much, because there's always a constant battle no matter what.
Absolutely, there's always something going on the track, no matter where you look. I'm surprised they're not more single file, man. There is a ton of battles going on through the field, 2 wide. We got the 10 car, Hoffy, battling with the 51.
Let's make our way up here a little bit. You know, I thought I'd see somebody different up front with these custom setups, but I mean, it really doesn't surprise me though, seeing who's up front right now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes drivers are just so talented that it don't matter what you throw at them. Custom setups, presets, stock cars, go-karts, shopping carts, it don't matter.
Yeah.
They're gonna find their way to the front. But man, Pendle is not giving up just yet. He is closing in with the 1 car, just slightly closing that gap every lap.
Oh yeah. We got a caution, I think.
Alright, that's interesting. Looks like the yellow has been thrown.
I'm not really seeing anything. There's a little bit of damage on the 23 of 1 McCarthy, but I mean, other than that, I'm not really seeing much. A little bit of damage on TJ Angles.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through. That could be just a case of what I mentioned before the race. Sometimes at this track, the strict cautions are just really, really finicky. And, you know, a little bit of contact between drivers or with the wall is enough to cause a yellow. And that's kind of, I think, what we're seeing here, because nobody has an egregious amount of damage. And from the way it looks like a lot of these drivers are passing on pit road and not going to make that hard left turn. They're just going to stay out on the track, so interesting there.
Yeah, not too many laps, though. I don't really think it'd be necessary to pit yet.
We're going to stack them up and let them go. We're green flag once again. Sending them 2x2x2 into turn 1.
Oh, man.
Outside line got a better jump that time than they got on the initial start.
Huh.
In fact, it looks like the 1 car might try to clear the 08 on the outside. Ooh, not quite, but that was a good effort. A little bit of contact there. They are racing. Oh, we got a wreck. The 61 has gone around. The 18 has made contact with what I believe to be the 89 of the Rodfather. Yeah, Rodfather is way off pace. His car is done for now until he can get that thing down pit road, and the game has thrown a caution.
Well, I think you might have been right about tonight. I mean, it's still very early in the race to see if there's going to be a long run, but you could be right tonight about it just being a short run thing.
Yeah, it's looking like that, but you know, like you said, there's a lot of racing left. So you know, once these guys get things figured out and get a little bit more separated, I think the big thing is we just need a run to go on long enough to get separated. And then if that can happen, you might see a longer green flag run. But this stage has got to be coming to a close, or at least close to it. I'm going to take a look at the lap counter here once they get going. 18 participants tonight. That's quite a good field size.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, they're on lap 17 to 34, so a little over half, or getting to halfway here.
Gonna ride along with the Pottles back here to watch this battle and going on up front. She's got a pretty good seat to watch it. It looks like she's taking a little bit higher of a line. See if that works out in her favor.
Yeah, sometimes that's the safer option, because you'll notice at this track, especially if you're riding along, you probably get a pretty good view of it, but down on the bottom of the apex of these turns here at Martinsville, there's a big curb that separates the track from the infield grass. And if you hit that curb, sometimes that will send your car for a ride no matter what you do. So it might be a little bit safer to run the highline if you feel like your car's a little bit loose and you don't want to slide down into that curb.
Well, that too, and you know, you got to factor in that these guys running guys and girls running custom setups tonight, and they could have made their car run for the top line. You know, they said they don't want to run the lower line; they're going to set it up for the top. So you never know.
That's definitely possible, and this track does have a little bit more banking at the top than it does down by the curb. So if you set your car up to to like that banking and get a lot of grip up there, then yeah, I could see that being a thing for sure.
Oh yeah. Riding along with Crusader here. Pretty solid night so far.
Yeah, Crusader, he's not far behind the Pottles. Biding his time, waiting to make the moves. He's been doing pretty good this season.
Yeah, I got to hand it to him. You know, after that championship in the Truck Series, it definitely gave him a kind of boost of confidence, I think. You know, you got a good ride going, everything, you win a championship, it definitely gives you a lot more confidence going into another season. Say, man, I'm the man. You know, I won this series, now I want to go out to get another.
Definitely. We were talking about last week, we were talking about Crusader being one of the most improved for sure. And it shows, man. He's been having some crazy good runs. And yeah, he might not be leading this race right now, but I mean, you got to remember, it's a long race, and Martinsville, it's a tough track just to drive, man. To even be mid-pack up here with the competition that we have in this league, that says something in and of itself. You know, that's impressive on its own.
Well, I can say from experience, before I joined this league, watching people race and stuff, I'm like, oh man, that can't be that hard, you know? Like, it's not. I used to watch it and stuff until I figured on joining and everything, and then you get into a pack about 5 to 10 people, and you're like, man, this isn't that easy. This isn't that fun, you know? I mean, not saying it's not fun, but it's a lot different than what you're seeing.
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of the same thing as real NASCAR. You know, people watch real NASCAR and they think, they're just going around in circles. That's all they're doing. But that just couldn't be further from the truth, man. It's one of the best road sim racers said one time about stock car racing. The interesting thing about NASCAR is you take a concept as simple as driving around in a circle over and over and over again, and it becomes more complicated on the fact that it is such a consistency-based thing. You have no breathing room. You have no time to take a break. You have to be consistent all the time until the end of the race, or it's just not going to play out for you. So it's a challenge, man.
That's why they say you got to give these top-tier drivers a lot of credit for doing what they're doing here, running up front all the time. It's definitely a feat in itself, just definitely based off experience of driving. I mean, I've been in it for a little while, and it's a lot harder than you think. I'll just say that.
Absolutely. So Young Racing in the 1, I believe, is the leader. I think the 89 might be lap traffic.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's definitely lap traffic.
Yeah, I believe so. The 98 now making a move, trying to get to the bottom of Young Racing there. Pendle's going to sail it in, just not quite enough room to get to his quarter panel there, but man, he's fighting for it, and I think he's going to get there soon.
Yeah. It's not a fun feeling hearing that or seeing that car behind you.
No, he's definitely top talent, man, and it shows, because it doesn't matter what track, what car, he's there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And when you can beat him, when you can finish ahead of him, man, it feels like you achieved something, you know?
I know, man. That's crazy.
He's going to make the pass. New leader, Pendle.
Man, it made him look like he was almost hitting the brakes at that point. Holy crap.
And I believe that is the stage. So Pendle, last minute, is going to grab that stage win. The no shift, no pit, no clutch Pendle.
Yeah. What doesn't this man have? Or what does this man have?
I'm surprised he's even got a car at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So Young Racing second in the stage, K-Taddy third, Just Ken winding up fourth, J.D. Adkins fifth, Pottle sixth, Crusader seventh, McCarthy eighth, Rowdy ninth, and Naughty Milk Duds rounding out for top 10 for the stage.
Not bad, not bad. That was a really nice last minute move there to get the stage win.
Yeah, I think he knew it was time to go, and he went. so,
Yeah.
so that was. I mean, but that's kind of Pendle, man. Like, a lot of his wins that I've seen him get aren't necessarily races where he led every lap, you know?
Very true. Couple of fresh faces up front there.
Looks like some pit strategy going on. As we go 3 wide in the back of the pack with Crusader making a crazy move on the puddles, and it sticks somehow. That was impressive.
Oh, yeah.
And almost sounded like there was a game caution there for a minute, but I think my spectator was just lagging out. Oh, the 10 car hard into the inside wall. I believe that's Hoffy in the 10. He has hit the inside wall.
Oh, they're almost going 3 wide up here, man. This is an insane battle up here in the front. I'm sitting back here with Rowdy, and this is a battle going on.
Oh yeah, they're not done fighting yet. Looks like some pit strategy played out that last stage caution there, because a lot of these guys up front I think might have pitted before the stage ended.
It could be that for sure.
We got K Taddy up in second, and actually it looks like, yeah, Young Racing has actually gotten back to the lead in the 1 car, so good restart by him. Ooh, Pottles making a move on the 08 car, a little bit of a love tap, and got right on around him. Now she's got her eyes set on the 2 car, and she's going to make that pass too. Man, she is flying through the field right now as they go 3 wide behind her.
Take a ride along with Paddle, see how she's doing. Can't find her real quick.
Oh, man. Just Ken and I believe, is that McCarthy? Trying to get back there and see. No, that is the 2 car of Rowdy. They are going at it.
Oh, it's squirrely.
Each other. Ooh, Just Ken throwing a pretty strong block there on Rowdy.
Let's get down into the action down here, man. They're going all over the place here.
Yeah, the 2 car is going to get back up alongside the 08. Let's see if he returns the favor of getting moved. No, he's going to make the pass clean.
Yeah, it looks like Oaksy's sitting back here. He's watching. He said, I'm just going to let you guys do your thing, man. So one of you guys are bound to crash. I think he's got the right idea at this point.
Right. Sometimes that's the move. Just put yourself in the catbird seat and let the other guys do the work.
Right. Oh.
Next.
Yep.
What happened there?
Somebody went around. I didn't really see who it was, but like I was saying, I don't think they're going to call a caution for it.
I think Just Ken might have had an issue. He's further back in the field now, and he has substantial damage to that right side.
Like I said, I was riding along with Oaksy. That played out in his favor big time. They all got into each other up in front of him, and he capitalized on it. He passed about 4 or 5 people there.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Just the way, people don't realize it, but positioning is important, man. Sometimes patience and positioning are just absolutely what you want to strive to be good at in these races, especially short track racing. Because sometimes it's so hard to pass these tracks. They're so one lane. Patience and positioning, those will get you spots eventually. You just have to let it happen and let it play out over time. But I'm interested to know what happened to Just Ken, because it's not like he lost all the time. He's only about mid-pack now, whereas he was up front. He's not a lap down by any means, but he's got a ton of damage on that right side. His right front is looking like a modified car sticking out of that bodywork. Yeah,
for sure. And this is one of the places, too, I mean, it kind of sounds stupid, but you don't really have to focus on your aerodynamics, so to speak, because, it's Martinsville. Don't really matter too much, but...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Aerodynamics don't mean a whole lot. I'd say the only place the aerodynamics are going to affect you on this track is on corner exit. Yeah. Sometimes the car gets a little bit... And it's almost the opposite of real life, but in the game, when the cars start to get dinged up like that, they get tighter on corner exit. Speaking of, the 18 got loose on corner exit there, and the 08's going to make a pass on him pretty easily. Oh, the 89 has gone around.
Yeah.
He is ghosted by the game, luckily. And the 51 is getting... Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. The 51 has gone upside down.
Uh-oh.
He is on his lid. The game has not called a caution yet.
23's around. I don't know what they got going on in the flaggers booth or whatever you want to call it, but man, they're lacking tonight a little bit, I think.
Man, that is absolutely astounding to me that no caution was called. We had a car upside down on the front stretch, 2 cars going backwards, and we kept it green.
Talk about some dedicated racers.
I tell you, and the car that was upside down is now back racing, so...
He's getting after it.
Pulling a Dale Earnhardt T-Jangles J3 in that 51 car. That is perseverance.
Yep. Gotta hand it to him, you know. What did they used to do in NASCAR? What was it? The goodies, tough break or something? It was something like that. And they'd win an award for the worst crash or something like that. Like, oh, we'll hook you up with a bottle of goodies or something like that.
Yeah, so far I think that award's going to the 51, man. It ain't often you see a car get airborne and upside down at a short track like this.
At Martinsville. Yeah, I was watching the battle going on between the number 5 of Pottles and Crusader, and I mean, it seems like Crusader faded back a little bit. I don't know what happened. Maybe one of those crashes in front of him kind of slowed him down. But oh, as I say that, the Pottles hits the wall, and Crusader takes a position.
He's moving his way up through the field. That's going to put him up into... Actually, Pottles, yeah, so that's going to put Crusader up into P5.
Yeah.
So he's running top 5. Pottles trying to take that spot back, though.
Oh,
contact, inside wall. Now the outside wall. They are ping-ponging. They seem to have got it settled out.
Little bobble there with Crusader. I don't know what's going on with him, but we'll see.
If I had to guess, I think Pottles got to his inside coming out of the corner. And at the same time she did that, his car just happened to break loose and spin down the track into her. I've had that happen a ton of times, and there's really nothing you can do. When your car starts going around, you can try and lift and straighten the car out, but it's still going to move a lane down, even if you save it. So just unfortunate there, nothing that he really could have done, but luckily not too much damage for Crusader. Pottles, on the other hand, I'm not sure, how it's looking on the, their end, but a little bit of damage on my end. It's looking kind of harsh.
What do you got for top couple drivers? What do you got for a leader check?
So I believe Pendle is in the lead at the moment. Let me see if I can scroll up to him. Yeah, I do believe Pendle is still in the lead. And we are on we're coming to lap 25 this time across the line, out of 34 for the stage.
Yeah, I can't believe I haven't called cautions this much. Like you said, this track is very notorious for like brushing the wall the wrong way,
Yeah, I mean, we saw that in stage 1 a couple times. We got cautions for basically nothing, and then we had a car upside down on the front stretch in stage 2. Anybody who says that Heat 4 is not realistic, that is absolutely the inconsistency that you would see from real NASCAR.
Yeah, no, that is like for real, 100%. Somebody drops a piece of tissue paper on the front stretch and they call a caution,
Yep. I think we might have one of the most realistic simulations ever made on our hands after seeing this, honestly.
Could be, man.
Move over, Papyrus.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think maybe J.D. Adkins is in the lead. At first I thought he was lap traffic, but he's actually pulling away from Pendle. So I think, it's so hard to keep track of when you can't tell the running order from the spectators' booth here, but I do believe that J.D. Adkins is the leader, and Pendle is tailing not far behind, about 3 car lengths.
I mean, he's clean. It would make sense. I mean, as stupid as it sounds, this is how hard it is to keep up with these short tracks. There's so many things going on.
Right, you look away for 2 seconds, and you get lap traffic in the mix, and it changes the order all up. And Pendle is slowly gaining on J.D. Adkins now. He got a better run through 1 and 2 that time, but I think we're about to have a battle for the lead here.
Yeah, shaping up to be that way.
Can Pendle try and do what he did in stage 1, just last minute sweep in and get that stage win?
It almost seems like he's going to do it, yeah.
Curb. Up on the curb. Pendle's going to scrape the wall a little bit, side by side coming across the line. And Adkins has conceded the position going into the corner. He broke a little bit early. And that's going to put Pendle up into, I believe, the lead.
Hopefully we're right on this.
I believe we're right. The car ahead of them is the... I believe that's the number 4 of Harambe. No, that's the number 7.
Okay.
That's the number 7 ahead of them. So I think he is lap traffic. He's holding his own, though, for being lap traffic. His lap times have been pretty on par with the front runners.
Oh, boy.
If you're Pendle here, you're hoping that he just gives you the lane, but as the lapper here, a lot of people don't understand. It can be kind of stressful when the leaders are lapping you because, you know, you want to give them the lane, but what lane are they running? Where do you go? You know, how do you...
Exactly, yeah. As a person that runs in the back, most of the time I can say it's very stressful when you see some leaders coming up on you. Oh.
Pendle is going to go around the number 4 of Harambe, who was stopped in the corner, spinning. Just barely avoid him. That could have been a catastrophe for Pendle had he actually made contact there.
Oh, yeah.
But that's going to be it. That's the stage. Pendle has grabbed the stage win. And I believe J.D. Adkins is going to take P2. I'll have a full running order for you here shortly when the results come in. Alright, so... Oh my goodness. K-Taddy won the stage.
What planet were we on?
I don't think it's that we were on a different planet. I think the 78 is just in another zip code, man. That lead must have been huge.
Yeah,
I've never even... Wow, so K-Taddy, Pendle, J.D. Adkins, Young Racing, Pottles, Crusader, Sparkalicious. No, just Ken, sorry. I can't read. I've seen X's in the name, and it's real tiny text, so... Just Ken, Not in Milk Duds, Rowdy Silvers, and... Oh god, this text is so small. Oaks 04. Grabbing a top 10 in that stage. Apologies to K-Taddy.
Yeah, I don't want to cut him short, but holy crap.
take it as a compliment. You were so far ahead, we didn't even see you.
Yeah.
But man, wow, these short tracks, man, they're hard to keep track of. That's impressive. To get that big of a lead on Pendle, wow.
Especially with all the caution, or non-cautions that went on, you know.
Oh, and the traffic that, you know, to weave through and then navigate, just absolutely just show dominance that stage.
Yeah. Well, they're getting dicey back there a little bit.
Now remember, K-Taddy was a contender last week. There at I believe it was Michigan we were at.
Where were we last week?
I want to say it was Michigan, but anyway, he was a contender last week, big time. He led a lot of the laps, ran up front consistently. Unfortunately, it was some pit strategy that kind of took him out of it. But when it came to on-track action, they had it covered. So I would not be surprised to see them take home a W. Knock on wood.
We were at Kansas last week.
Kansas, yes.
Yeah. I was like, it was on the tip of my tongue. Let's work our way back up front here.
This has been a surprisingly clean beginning to stage 3. Not a whole lot of door checks or side swipes or anything like that. We're just kind of riding single file and letting things sort themselves out.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a pickup later in the stage, though. Like I said, I always say.
This is one of the longest stage. This is the longest stage in the race, so you know, definitely. Looks like we got a battle for the lead here.
Looks like Taddy got out of it a little bit. I don't know what happened there, but it leaves the door open for Young RCM.
Absolutely, Young Racing got a pretty sizable lead there. K-Taddy now about 2 car lengths back, and Pendle 2 car lengths back from them. Behind Pendle, it is a swarm of cars, with Pottles going 2 wide with J.D. Adkins, and Crusader going 2 wide with I can't see that far back. I believe just Ken. So we got a little bit of battling back there, but as for the lead, they are starting to check out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just Ken that Crusader was battling with. I went back through the field. Now Crusader too wide with JD Adkins, so JD Adkins can't seem to get out of traffic.
Yeah, it's like that tight spot you're in, the short track thing. You know, you just can't seem to get out of the out of a big pack of people. You know, it stinks. But
yeah, that in the words of Joey Logano, that's short track racing.
Short track racing, baby.
Whoa! A very near accident there as JD Adkins got into the outside wall a little bit, bounced into the 08. 08 shot down the track, just narrowly avoiding the inside wall, gathered it up. Good drive from everybody there to keep it going.
It's cool to see the lines. And, oh, a little bit of contact there with the Pendle and Crusader. But the longer this race goes on, the different lines that people take.
Yeah, don't look now, but Naughty Milk Duds is in this pack as well. Running back in, I believe that's P7, if I had to estimate. And there's a lot of positions to be gained if you can get around this pack.
It's a tough battle going on here. Oh,
four
Crusader
wide
in the wall.
In front of Duds. They went 4
Atkins
wide
in the wall.
I didn't know you could go 4 wide at Martinsville.
Number 2 in the wall.
Man, what a cluster we've had here.
Cool, man. I'm staying on this pack here. This is good. There's some crazy stuff going on. Getting a little bit eager over driving it, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, the race is winding down. We're in the final stage. I mean, it's time to go.
Yeah. It's time to go.
Oh, Duds with the bump on the 13. Not quite going to get to his inside. Big contact. He is
22 is, well.
And he's going to get it going again with substantial damage. No game caution.
Man, these guys are blind tonight.
Yeah, man, I tell you, that's surprising, to say the least. Tough break for Duds. He was in a good position to gain some spots there and just...
Oh!
Whoa! 3 wide for the lead comes K-Taddy in the middle.
Man, this is a battle here.
How do you do that?
Dude, he came... I wasn't even on him, and he just came out of nowhere to split the middle of it. Holy crap.
Pardon the slang, but I think if you look up yeet in the dictionary, you're going to see a video of that.
Yeah. Man.
What a move.
I'm glad I caught that.
Yeah, I just happened to switch to the 38's perspective, or the 78's perspective for just a second there. And
oh, they're not done yet?
Whoa.
Oh, what? Oh.
Alright, looks like the 22 and the 08 have made a little bit of contact. Or maybe, was that Pendle? Man, it was right on the corner of my screen. I think that might have been Pendle.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back here to racing. Yeah, it looks like the 22's got substantial damage up front.
Yeah, when they went around the first time, they got into the inside wall pretty good there, so... unfortunately, with how short this track is, it's not really an option to pit and fix your damage without going, 3 or 4 laps down, so... his best bet's just to wait for a caution, if we can seem to get one, but I don't know, I think David Hoots might have passed out up there, I don't,
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to see any cautions.
Yeah, very true.
So Bottles is running P4 right now. It looks like the battle for the lead isn't really much of a battle, because K-Taddy's up there with about a 5 or 6 car length lead. Young Racing got into the wall a little bit there. Pendle's going to make the move to the inside, now hugging the inside curb there as close as he can get without touching it. And he's going to put himself into P2, but as he does all this, That 78 is just becoming a speck in his windshield. Because now the 78 has a clear track ahead of him, no lap traffic to be seen, and Pendle's still got about 2 cars to work his way through, so I think that's going to let 78, K-Taddy, get out to an even more sizable lead, and this time we see it. So,
yeah, we actually know where he's at this point. Yeah, solid run by him tonight. Maybe that Colt custom setup thing worked in his favor, because it looks like he's got that car really dialed down.
Definitely. I think he's driving with a mission too. Like I said, he came so close last week. The only thing keeping him from victory lane was just a slightly erroneous pit road strategy call, but everything else he did perfect that race, and just came up a little bit short. So now I think he definitely wants to get some vindication and claim that win. So he's driving forward.
Yeah, for sure. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, because there comes that what number is that car? That orange car up behind him.
98.
Yeah.
Here comes Pendle. He is closing in a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because it seemed like last stage, you know, I never saw the 78. He was so far ahead, but it really seemed like Pendle, it never caught up to him last stage. So now maybe he found something with the pit road adjustments.
Very could be. Could be for sure.
Oh, no! Pendle, a little bit of contact with a lap car, and he's going to gather it up, but that's going to cost him some time. Man, Pendle came so close to getting sidewall. That was an impressive recovery.
Yeah. I don't think I caught that, but I'm riding along with him now, but that definitely took him off the pace a little bit.
That's the kind of thing you want to see if you're K-Taddy up there in the lead. You want to see the lap traffic giving second place a harder time than it gave you.
Oh, yeah. That is true. What we got for a lap count?
Closing in again, though. We have just crossed the line for lap 102.
Oh.
Out of 125, so...
Oh, somebody got out of it a little bit there.
Oh, too wide. Traffic is too wide in front of Pendle. That is what he did not need. And he's going to sneak through the traffic in the middle and somehow make it cleanly. Good move there, but again, just lost all the time he made up those last few laps, slowly gaining. So, man, if you're Pendle, that's frustrating. You know, you claw and you gain just those couple tenths, and then you get a little bit of lap traffic, and you're back to where you started. And these tracks, it happens time and again. You know?
Well, that's the thing about it too with these short tracks is that helps. I mean, in first place, you see lap traffic, you get kind of a little nervous there at the same time when you see it, and you're like, oh man, that's my opportunity to gain a little bit, because they got to go around them too, you know.
Right, and if you're the lap car, you don't want to be the guy that wrecked the leader, so you're gonna do everything in your power to get out of the way of the leader. But second and third come up on you, and you're gonna get out of the way, but yeah, maybe you're not gonna go quite as far out of your own lane.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, it looks like that lap traffic actually helped Pendle a little bit. Looks like he held up to a little bit more.
Oh, somebody down.
Yeah, the 18 got into the inside wall there. That is the 18 driven by Daz 44130.
Oh yeah. Looks like we got some comments on our live feed on here on YouTube. Shout out to the comment section. I think Droller Dork. I don't know who that is, but thank you. It's an interesting name.
98, ever so slowly, just a couple tenths a lap gaining on that 78, and now it's culminated to the point where he is just one car length behind, and he's getting there, man. We are on lap 108 now out of 125. This is going to be interesting. These guys don't have to pit. There's going to be no green flag sequences. It's just going to be racing it out to the end, and that's what Pendle likes to see,
Oh yeah, I mean, he's on his bumper. He's inching forward closer and closer. It seems like this turn is where he kind of gains on him a little bit each time.
Yeah, he's getting so close down to that curb. Like the sidewalls of his tires have to be brushing that curb.
Oh yeah,
This does as he's getting to it sometimes, man, and that's helping him out a lot. He's gaining. But now what's going to be interesting is Pendle's going to have to try to follow K-Taddy in that 78 through the lap traffic and just stick to his bumper and go where he goes, follow the leader style, because if the lap traffic goes one way to let the leader go, and Pendle goes the same way as lap traffic, that's all his effort done. So, it's going to be difficult to kind of predict what's going to happen. But we got a lap car not too far ahead. He's going to go to the outside, let him by, no problems there. That is Dud, I think, going 2 laps down now, unfortunately, with all the damage he sustained.
Tough break for him, but it shows you get into a little bit of a crash. That can definitely ruin your day for sure.
Yeah, you get damage and you just don't get that caution to give you that opportunity to repair it, and you know, you just keep riding around with this wounded car hoping that you get that caution, and if you never do, there's just nothing you can really do to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, and like even so too, I mean, I don't know if it's something about this game, but you know, you crash a car a little bit, you go in the pits and repair it and stuff, and it just for some reason does not drive the same as it did before, and I don't know if that's something they did intentionally, but it definitely, like, it's just not the same, you know?
Yeah, you're definitely right. Now, the 78 extending his lead a little bit. So I mentioned that the Pendle was going to have to try to stay on K-Taddy's bumper through the lap traffic, and it looks like he has made a slight mistake navigating this lap traffic because he is now 3 car lengths back.
Oh, yeah.
But, again, there's 2 or 3 lap cars ahead of leader right now, so he may have the opportunity to close in.
Oh! Yeah, that was... lap traffic getting in his way, man. Man,
what a tough break there.
Phew.
And I'm sure Pendle's got to be frustrated at this point. I mean, just, he knows he's got the speed, might be the fastest car on the track, and just can't quite navigate this traffic. But don't blame the lap traffic. You know, navigating traffic is a part of short track racing.
Oh yeah,
that's
a big thing.
You know, at this point, K-Taddy is playing that game, and he's playing it well. He's doing it better than anybody else. So, you know, that's absolutely not to take away from K-Taddy's lead here. I mean, yeah, a Pendle might be faster in clean air, you know, with no traffic, but if you can't avoid the traffic, that don't mean a lot.
Yeah. You can be fast all you want, but you got to know how to move around, you know. That's why I say whenever I practice some of these tracks, you know, I don't practice this one single line. I practice a higher line, a lower line, just so, and in any instance, I can run any line that I want to and be comfortable with it.
Right. I mean, because you're not always in racing, you're not always going to be able to run your preferred line. Things happen, and you're going to have to move up or down, and when that happens, it's good to be prepared because you might, you know, the car might handle completely different, just half a lane up from what you're used to. And if that catches you off guard, you could be going for a ride.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Should be coming up on the end of this stage here, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we're coming to the line for lap 119 out of 125, so about 7 laps remaining. Trying to take a look through the field here, see what's going on. We got Crusader and JD Adkins kind of out of their own little world there, pretty much free of traffic. A little bit of a battle going on between Hoffy and Sparkalicious. Two-car Rowdy coming up behind the 89, trying to navigate his way through the traffic.
Yeah, a good little battle going on here with Sparks and Hoffy.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to, and they're gaining on Crusader too. They're getting up to him, so.
Oh yeah.
Even though they're battling, they're showing some good speed here. And here comes the leaders, right behind Hoffy. 78's going to get around him. And now here comes Pendle behind Hoffy.
I gotta hand it to Pendle, man. He just well, number one, he just dodged that as I was talking, but I mean, you know, throughout all the stuff that he got caught up in, man, he's still running very, very solid.
Oh, definitely. He's put together a great run, and you know, he's not out of it yet. They got 3 to go, and a lot of lap traffic ahead. You know, you never know, something could happen. But even if he brings it home second, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
No, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, obviously, I'd be mad about it if I didn't finish first, but to hold together that good, I'd be pretty happy with myself.
Absolutely.
What as I
But
say
man,
that,
look
man.
now, we are on lap 124. We're going to be coming to the white flag. This lap traffic has held up the leader substantially. Oh, Crusader coming down a lane. That's going to block Pendle a little bit. We're coming to the white flag this time by. Now, a car length and a half separating first and second.
Well, I think that's it.
That might have been it. I think the lap counter I'm looking at might be slightly delayed. So K Taddy is going to take the win with Pendle a close second.
Huh.
Yeah, I think the timing and score I'm looking at might be a little delayed.
Could be.
I've got it as up to date as it can be, but final running order. K Taddy grabbing the win as well as a stage win. No Pendle with a stage win coming in second. It's going to be Just Ken in third, Young Racing, Poddles running at top 5. Crusader, JD Adkins, Rowdy, Oaks 04, and Duds are going to be your top 10. So, man, that was quite an interesting race. A lot of short track bump and runs, chrome horns, got some lap traffic action in there.
Yeah, you kind of seen exactly what you expect to see at a short track. You know, they always kind of expect to see the same, not the same thing, but you know.
We missed the stage win because the stage winner was just so fast. Interesting race.
Oh yeah.
Looks like the fast lap's going to go to Young Racing. Let's see, his name moved. Young Racing with a 19.506. That is a blazing lap here at Martinsville. Pendle with a second fast lap with a 19.520. So not even 200ths of a second separating the two fastest laps of the race. Now that's impressive. Now we are waiting on the top 3. So K-Taddy, Pendle, and Just Ken.
There for a second. We're all back though.
Alright, there's our third place finisher, Just Ken. You strung together a good race tonight, man. It just seemed like you just kind of got the short end of a lot of short track deals out there. Just a lot of bump and runs, a little bit of contact, some lap traffic. It happens, man, and I'm sure you're a little frustrated, but I mean, hey, podium position, and you know, you brought it home.
Yeah, it was definitely rough once you got back in the pack. You know, trying to be nice and stuff, and that got me nowhere. So I had to do what I had to do to get back up there. But it was all Martinsville stuff. It's nothing I didn't, you know. What do you do?
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
It was a good run. You know, it was fun. It was a lot of. I knew I had more of a long run car, so a little later in the run, I was starting to run down people in front of me, and that's fun to do. So it was a good run, good finish.
Absolutely, nothing to be ashamed of there. Great run tonight, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And we got your race winner. We're still waiting on Pendle, but we do have our race winner, K-Taddy. Funny story, K-Taddy. You were so fast that we actually did not know you won stage 2.
Yeah, yep.
You were so far ahead of the competition, we thought that Pendle was in the lead.
Yeah, you said, I could be wrong, but Taddy won that one. I'm like, what planet am I on?
Awfully fast lap car there.
That's what I was saying.
He's running away from the leader. What the hell?
Exactly. But we had our eye on stage 3 though, so we caught that. But man, great run tonight. You had the dominant car. I think the thing you did best out there was you were so good at navigating that lap traffic. What was your philosophy when it came up to getting up on that lap traffic?
I mean, I was a little nervous, but everybody got out of the way pretty good. So there at the end, I felt real bad. Crusader and somebody else were 2 wide battling for position, but I had Pendle was right there on my rear, so I had to take it 3 wide. I was really trying to be courteous. Actually, at the end of stage 2, I had lapped the 7 car, and then the 2 car was right in front of him. And I told the 2 over the chat, I said, hey, just take your line. I'm not going to lap you. I'm just going to let you get your lap back, get back on the deal. So I was trying to be courteous with them and take my time, and most of them were getting out of the way, so it was pretty nice, actually.
Absolutely. I mean, phenomenal run, just weaving through the traffic. It was absolutely impressive to watch, so good run tonight, man. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
second place Pendle. Fantastic run. I think honestly in clean air, you might have been the fastest car on the track, but it was just not coming to fruition for you. I mean, a lot of traffic just kind of holding you up there. What would you have done differently to try and get that win?
I wasn't going to wreck Caddy for the win. I don't know. I was just trying to be patient with lappers. You know, they're racing for position too, so just trying to. I was so loose on the long run, man. I was sideways off every corner, so it wouldn't have mattered if I got to him or not. I seen where it took 3 wide, and I was just trying to be patient. Maybe I didn't want to see him wreck, but at the same point in time, I wanted maybe the lapper, you know, they raced in position. I got into him a little bit and got him a little loose. Maybe I'd have gave up there and gave him a little bit of a bump, but overall, take second. I literally didn't have time to practice for the race, and I jumped in here and got on, and to run second's pretty awesome here. I figured I'd be like 8th or 10th, but I'll take second for sure. Good win there, Taddy.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. I mean, with no practice, that's crazy to bring it home second. So you were no pit Pendle, now you're no ship Pendle. We have to call you no practice Pendle.
Yeah.
Before too long.
Call me whatever, man. Just call me whatever you feel like calling me. I do want to apologize to the 89 car. I was trying to pass him on the inside, and then I think he got loose and come down, and I wrecked him and spun him out, and the caution didn't come out, so I do apologize for him to that. And with Young, it was good battling me.
I do not believe he's in here.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to tell him good battling too. He was up there with us as well, and I got into him a couple of times. But overall, it was a clean, fun race. I enjoyed it, and on to next week.
You guys definitely put on a show, and we're looking forward to next week. From all of us here at PTM, I apologize that Just Ken didn't have any fun facts this week. I was waiting all race long. We never got
Oh,
any.
it was so constant that I didn't have anything, man. It was too fast paced.
It was fast paced, man. But thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week at the next.